Call Putin. NATO chief warns India, China of 100 secondary sanctions over Russia ties. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte issued a stark warning on Wednesday, saying that countries like Brazil, China, and India could face severe secondary sanctions if they continue economic ties with Russia. Rutte made the remarks during meetings with U.S. senators, a day after President Donald Trump unveiled a new weapons package for Ukraine and threatened biting secondary tariffs of 100 on buyers of Russian exports. Unless a peace agreement is reached within 50 days. My encouragement to these three countries, particularly is, if you live now in Beijing, or in Delhi, or you are the president of Brazil, you might want to take a look into this, because this might hit you very hard, Rutte told reporters. He had met with Trump on Monday and endorsed the new measures. So please make the phone call to Vladimir Putin and tell him that he has to get serious about peace talks, because otherwise this will slam back on Brazil, on India, and on China in a massive way, he added. Republican U.S. Senator Tom Tillis voiced support for Trump's move but expressed unease about the 50-day grace period. He warned that Putin would try to use the 50 days to win the war, or to be better positioned to negotiate a peace agreement after having murdered and potentially collected more ground as a basis for negotiation. So we should look at the current state of Ukraine today and say, no matter what you do over the next 50 days, any of your gains are off the table, Tillis said. Rutte assured that Europe would mobilize funding to place Ukraine in the strongest possible position for negotiations. He said that under the new agreement with Trump, the US would now massively deliver weapons to Ukraine, not just air defense, also missiles, also ammunition paid for by the Europeans. Swipe left for next video. When asked whether long-range missiles were being considered, Rutte said it is both defensive and offensive. So there's all kinds of weapons, but we have not discussed in detail yesterday with the president. This is really being worked through now by the Pentagon, by the Supreme Allied Commander in Europe, together with the Ukrainians. With inputs from Reuters, latest blogs.